Welcome back, everyone. Today we are bridging theory and practice. We will dive into Python examples using the Scikit-learn library to build both decision trees and random forests. We will see how these powerful algorithms handle continuous numbers in regression tasks and categorical outcomes in classification tasks. Let's get started. Here is our roadmap for the session. We will start with a regression example, predicting continuous values, where we will observe the famous step function behavior of decision trees. Then we will switch to a classification example based on a civil engineering feasibility problem. Next, we will explore how trees handle highly complex, non-linear data. Finally, we will address the major flaw of using single decision trees, overfitting, and fix it by building a random forest. Let's begin with our first example, regression. Our objective is to predict a target variable, y, based on a single input feature, x. Look at the data distribution on the screen. X ranges from 0 to 10. Y starts low near 0.1, suddenly jumps up to a plateau around 6.0 in the middle, and then drops back down. This creates a non-linear plateau shape. A simple straight line from linear regression would completely fail here. Let's see how a decision tree approaches it. To model this in Python, we import Decision Tree Regressor from Scikit-learn's Tree module. The code is beautifully simple. We initialize our model by calling Decision Tree Regressor and setting the random state to 0 to ensure our results are reproducible. Then the learning happens in one single line, regressor.fit, passing in our x and y data. Behind the scenes, the algorithm calculates Gini impurities to find the optimal thresholds to split this plateau data. Now, let's visualize what the algorithm actually learned. Look closely at the blue line overlaying our observed data points. It is not a smooth curve. It is composed of flat horizontal lines and sudden vertical drops. This is called a step function. Because a decision tree uses strict if-then rules, it groups data into rectangular blocks. For example, it learns a rule like, if x is greater than 2 and less than 7, y equals 6. It cannot draw diagonals or smooth curves. It simply assigns the average value of the training points within that specific block. Let's shift gears to example 2, classification. We are moving from predicting numbers to predicting categories. Imagine we are civil engineers evaluating whether a shallow foundation is feasible based on soil properties. Our input features are cohesive soil and seismic area, which we encode numerically as 1s for yes and 0s for no. Our target is a binary category. Yes, a shallow foundation works, or no, it doesn't. We need a model that can read these parameters and classify the site's safety. The Python implementation for classification is nearly identical to regression, but we must use the correct mathematical tool. Instead of the regressor, we import Decision Tree Classifier. We defined our feature matrix x and our target vector y. We instantiate the classifier and call classifier.fit on x and y. Instantly, the model builds the decision branches, learning the logical rules, for instance, discovering that a seismic area combined with non-cohesive soil automatically rules out a shallow foundation. Decision trees are incredibly flexible. To prove this, let's look at example 3, where we feed the model a highly complex, non-linear sine wave. Look at the graph. The decision tree attempts to track the wave. However, notice the highly jagged, steppy nature of the blue prediction line. The tree is trying so hard to capture every single curve and data point that it is essentially memorizing the dataset. This brings us to a critical flaw in single decision trees: high variance, which leads to overfitting. The single decision tree is like asking one student to solve a complex exam. They might memorize the practice test, but fail the real one because they learned the noise, not the signal. The professional solution to this is the random forest. Instead of one tree, we create an ensemble, a collection of, say, 100 trees. We train each tree on a slightly different random subset of the data through a process called bootstrapping. When it's time to predict, we average the results of all 100 trees for regression or take a majority vote for classification. Let's implement this missing piece in Python. We import random forest regressor from the Scikit-learn.ensemble module. We set a crucial parameter, n_estimators equals 100, meaning we want a forest of 100 trees. We also limit the max depth to 5 to prevent any single tree from overgrowing. We fit the model and predict. The result is drastically improved. Unlike the jagged, steppy line of a single tree, the random forest aggregates the predictions to produce a much smoother, generalized curve that will perform significantly better on new, unseen data. To summarize, decision trees model complex data using step functions. However, they can be jagged and unstable. By grouping them into a random forest, we smooth out the edges and build a robust, professional-grade model. Now, I want you to try changing the max depth in your notebooks and see how the shape changes. Thank you for your attention.